I am Bibi, Benjamin Netanyahu. This is not just the story of a prime minister's life. It is the story of faith in an idea, the struggle for survival, bitter and sweet victories, and the price I have paid to protect our one and only home, Israel. I was born in Tel Aviv in 1949, the first generation of a newborn country. My father, Ben Sion, was a historian. He would always say, Jewish history is a history of suffering and resilience, and only a Jewish state can protect us. That lesson became my core. I spent part of my youth in America, but my heart always beat in Jerusalem. At 18, I returned. I joined the elite unit Sayeret Matkal. I participated in numerous operations, from the Battle of Karame to the liberation of the hostages from the Sabena airliner. It was there that I understood Israel's security is never an accident. Later, I went to MIT to study. I studied architecture and learned executive management. I wanted to know both architecture and economics in order to build my country. It was September 1973 when, at MIT, I returned to the front for the Yom Kippur War. But the greatest blow of my life came a few years later. My older brother and hero, Yonatan, or Yoni, was killed in the heroic Entebbe operation in Uganda. His death changed everything for me. I could no longer just be an observer. I founded the Yonatan Netanyahu Institute to combat terrorism. This was my first serious step into entering the public arena. In the 1980s, I stood as Israel's ambassador to the United Nations. In those years, against unjust accusations, I defended Israel's legitimacy. Later, as Minister of Foreign Affairs and Minister of Finance, my economic reforms liberalized the market. I believed a strong economy is the foundation of national security. In 1996, at the age of 46, I became the youngest prime minister in Israel's history. But the work was hard. I walked a difficult path between international pressure for peace and my commitment to Israel's security. I signed the Wye River Agreement, but political pressure came from all sides. After a hiatus, I won again in 2009 and began the longest tenure as prime minister in Israel's history. In these years, I insisted on three principles: confronting the nuclear threat of Iran, which I see as a danger to Israel's very existence; securing our borders and combating terrorism, including military operations in the Gaza Strip; and strengthening strategic ties, such as the close relationship with the Trump administration, which led to historic recognitions like Jerusalem as the capital. The path was not always smooth. Corruption allegations were raised against me, which I have always denied and called a political witch hunt. My judicial reform proposal sparked the largest internal protests in Israel's history. Critics said I was undermining democracy, but I believe the balance of powers needs to be corrected. October 7, 2023. A day no Israeli will ever forget. The brutal Hamas attacks were our greatest security failure in 50 years. As the leader, I accepted responsibility for this failure. But at such a moment, there is only one response: war, for the complete destruction of Hamas's military capability and the return of the hostages. This is a mission I will not stop until it is accomplished. Today, while the International Criminal Court has issued an arrest warrant against me and the world is pressuring Israel, I still stand at my post. Critics say I have divided Israel. My supporters say I have been its staunchest defender. History will judge. But I have only followed one lesson from my father. In a world where anti-Semitism has always existed, only a strong Israel can guarantee our survival. This belief has guided every decision I have made. This is my story.